afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to commemorate my life. In the end, only three things matter. How well have you lived? How well have you loved? How well have you learned to let go? This is a quote by Jack Kornfield. He's a meditation teacher who I tried to kind of model my life after. And today I would like to share a bit about myself based upon these words. How have I lived? How have I loved? And how have I learned to let go? I have lived for 34 years on this earth. I was born into a military family, the second of three girls. And if I had to sum up my childhood, adolescence, and early adulthood in one word, it would be gymnastics. I started gymnastics at the age of 2.5. And at the age of 4, I saw Mary Lou Retton vault her way to Olympic glory. And it was at that moment that I said, I'm going to do the same. Fast forward 12 years, a lot of hard work, a lot of training in the gym. In 1996, I made the Olympic trials. And at the end of the competition, I was one spot short of making the team. I was named the first Olympic alternate. It was kind of a bittersweet title. I felt so close yet so far away. It was at that moment that I said, I'm going to train for 2000. So I started training for the 2000 Olympics, and the following year I tore the ACL in my knee, had to have surgery, rehab, and so I kind of gave up the Olympic dream at that moment. I then took a full-ride scholarship to compete at the University of Utah in gymnastics, and I competed there from 1999 to 2003. I had a successful career. I was the NCAA all-around champion one year and a 2-time balance beam champion. My career ended in 2003 with a major shoulder injury, and so I had to kind of move on. And it was time. It had been 21 years, and my body was a little bit shot. I took a couple of years off, and then in 2005, I decided to go back for my master's as a physician assistant, also called a PA. And in 2007, graduated with my master's. I worked a couple of years as a civilian PA, and then decided to join the Army. The military was in my family, but it didn't mean that I knew anything about the military, and they sent me to my unit before I went to officer basic training. And for those of you who are in the military, you know that there's regulations, and your uniform has to look like this, this, and this. And so in their PT uniform, you're supposed to have white socks, bright white socks that go above your ankle, and I showed up on my first day with really pretty blue socks that were far below my ankle, and I soon learned the regulation. And I learned a lot more over the next 3 years in the Army, and I deployed to Tikrit, Iraq for 9 months and served as the battalion PA there. I got out in 2012, but it was during my time in the Army that I met the love of my life, which leads me to the second question of how have I loved? I've had a lot of love in my life. I've had wonderful parents, my wonderful husband, my 2 sisters, my niece, Riley, who's 9 years old, my aunt, who's like a sister to me, and my coaches, who really served as parents, second parents throughout my life. The most recent love of my life has been my little baby boy, Mason, and he is almost 11 weeks, and he has truly shown me how to give love unconditionally. Motherhood has also taught me about letting go, which brings me to the third question of how have I learned to let go. I feel like my life experiences have kind of taught me how to let go throughout. As the seasons of my life have changed, I was Theresa the gymnast for 21 years, and that was a big one to let go of. Then I was Theresa the soldier and Theresa the student, and now I'm a mom and a wife, and I feel like, you know, as these seasons change, I've had to let go. Like once you've got to let go of these things that you're attached to. And motherhood is no different. I've had to let go of a full night's sleep, which is getting better. I've had to let go of the need to control and the need to know exactly what I'm doing, because I didn't even know how to change a diaper before I had my baby. So it's been a journey. And I feel that the more I'm able to let go, the more willing I am to let go when life warrants it's time to move on, the more I am truly able to live more presently and to fully love. Because in the end, only 3 things matter. How well have you lived? How well have you loved? How well have you learned to let go?
Hmm.